was supposed to be just another quiet night in Spain, the kind of night when the world slows down, when most people are home, asleep, or unwinding from the day. But in the early hours of July 3rd, as the clock approached 12:40 a.m. local time, a tragedy unfolded that would send shockwaves far beyond the quiet roads of Zamora. Diogo Jota, the Liverpool star, a man known for his sharp footwork, his passion, his fierce determination on the field, was behind the wheel of his Lamborghini. His brother sat beside him. No one could have predicted that this drive would be their last. Reports from Goal.com, Los 40, Reuters, and eyewitness accounts began to piece together a haunting picture of what happened that night. The powerful Lamborghini was overtaking on the A52, a highway known for its long, open stretches. But in a split second, everything changed. A tire, the very thing that connected that high-performance machine to the ground, blew out violently. Imagine the scene. The car, sleek and powerful, hurtling forward at high speed. The blowout causes it to lurch, to veer wildly. Jota tries to correct, but it's too late. The car skids, leaves the asphalt, plunges into a ditch, and then impact. Metal crushes, sparks fly, and in moments the vehicle erupts into flames. The news spread like wildfire. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter were flooded with messages of disbelief and heartbreak. Fans across the globe couldn't believe what they were seeing. The images of the wreckage, charred, unrecognizable, didn't seem real. How could a player in his prime, a player with so much left to give, be taken so suddenly, so brutally? In Portugal, his homeland, grief rippled through communities. In Liverpool, tributes began almost immediately. But as the world mourned, many questions remained unanswered. What caused that blowout? Could anything have been done to prevent the tragedy? And what were those final moments like for Jota and his brother as their lives were cut short? What investigators would discover in the hours and days that followed would only deepen the mystery and reveal truths that no one saw coming. Before that tragic night, Diogo Jota had already carved out a legacy that most footballers could only dream of. Born in Portugal, Jota's rise through the ranks wasn't handed to him. It was earned through pure hard work, talent, and an unstoppable hunger to succeed. By 2020, his dedication paid off when he secured a move to one of the biggest clubs in the world, Liverpool. And at Liverpool, Jota didn't just wear the jersey, he made his mark. In just 182 appearances, he racked up an incredible 65 goals. But it wasn't just the numbers that told his story. It was how he played, the speed, the precision, the instinct to be in the right place at the right time, to break down defenses and light up Anfield with moments of brilliance. His time at Liverpool brought silverware too. Jota was a key part of the squad that lifted the Premier League trophy, ending a long drought that fans had waited decades to see broken. He celebrated FA Cup glory, hoisted the League Cup, and became a player opponents feared and fans adored. But Jota's impact didn't stop at club level. On the international stage, he proudly wore the Portugal jersey, earning 49 caps and playing a crucial role in their success. Twice, he helped his nation claim victory in the UEFA Nations League, a reminder that he was just as dangerous in a Portugal shirt as he was in red. And while Diogo was the star that the world knew, his brother Andre was quietly chasing his own football dreams. Andre played for Penafiel, a club in Portugal's lower divisions. Though he didn't have the same spotlight as his older brother, he shared that same love for the game. The two were close, bonded not just by blood, but by a shared passion for football. Together they dreamed, together they worked, and heartbreakingly, together they left this world far too soon. But as investigators pieced together the wreckage, more chilling details would emerge about what went so horribly wrong that night. It all happened in the blink of an eye, and yet the impact would leave a scar that fans, friends, and family will never forget. The crash took place at around 4 secondary CSTS time on July 3rd on the A52 highway near kilometer 65, close to Zamora, Spain. It was dark, the roads mostly empty, and the brothers were traveling together in a high-performance Lamborghini, a car known for its speed and power. Witnesses described seeing the vehicle attempting to overtake at high speed, something that might have seemed routine for an experienced driver like Jota. But in that moment, tragedy struck. A sudden tire burst, a sound like a gunshot, loud and violent, ripping through the stillness of the night. In seconds, control was lost. The powerful machine that had offered freedom and adrenaline turned into a deadly trap. The Lamborghini veered sharply, crossing the shoulder, and plunged into a ditch. And before anyone could react, the situation worsened. The car ignited, flames engulfing the wreckage in a terrifying blaze. Emergency services rushed to the scene, but the devastation was complete. Both Diogo Jota and his brother Andre died instantly on impact. The fire that followed was so intense that by the time responders arrived, there was nothing that could be done. It was a horrific scene, the kind of tragedy that makes headlines not just because of who was lost, but because of how sudden and cruel fate can be. In an instant, 2 lives full of promise and potential were gone, leaving behind shockwaves that would ripple across the football world and beyond. But even as fans mourned, authorities worked tirelessly through the night, trying to piece together the sequence of events, and what they discovered raised even more heartbreaking questions. As the dust settled and the flames were brought under control, the scene left behind on the A52 was one of devastation, but also mystery. The Spanish Civil Guard wasted no time launching a full investigation, determined to uncover exactly what went so tragically wrong that night. Their initial focus? The tire blowout. Early reports suggested that as Diogo Jota attempted to overtake at high speed, a sudden and catastrophic tire failure occurred. But investigators weren't stopping there. They needed to understand why. Was it a manufacturing defect? Had the tire been weakened by something on the road, or had it simply given out under the stress of extreme speed? At the crash site, skid marks stretched along the asphalt, silent evidence of a desperate attempt to regain control. The marks painted a heartbreaking picture of those final seconds. The vehicle swerving violently, tires screeching, and then veering off the road into the ditch where disaster struck. One thing became clear early on. No other vehicles were involved. This wasn't a multi-car pileup or the result of a reckless driver cutting across their path. Whatever happened that night, it was a deadly combination of machine, speed, and tragic chance. But speculation didn't end there. Some questioned whether speed alone was the culprit. Was Jota pushing the limits of the Lamborghini on those open Spanish roads? Could driver fatigue have played a role, given the late hour? Or was there more to the story, something hidden beneath the surface that investigators had yet to uncover? The Civil Guard promised a thorough inquiry, examining not just the wreckage but also road conditions, maintenance records for the car, and even CCTV from nearby toll stations to piece together the brothers' final journey. And as fans waited for answers, one thing was certain. The football world would never be the same after this terrible night. And while the investigation unfolded, the focus also turned to the man behind the headlines, Diogo Jota, and the remarkable career that had made him a hero to so many. And that's the heartbreaking story of Diogo Jota. A talent, a family man, and a star gone far too soon. His legacy will live on in the hearts of fans across the world. If this story moved you, Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more powerful stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. How will you remember Diogo Jota?